The whole goal for tonight is to not be seen. It's such a fascinating area. I have absolutely no idea how this is gonna go. Ugh, there are so many mozzies about. I don't know what that noise is. Tonight I'm going to be trying to stealth camp in an old abandoned quarry. No tent, no fires, and hopefully nobody figures out I'm here. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go. Let's get the adventure started, shall we? As you can probably tell by the massive limestone wall behind me, the quarry that I'm heading to is an old abandoned limestone quarry. And I don't actually think it's been used since 1959. And now it's just so peaceful and quiet, considering how industrial it used to be, like less than 100 years ago. Can you hear all the birds? The whole goal for tonight is to not be seen. I've got my smallest backpack on. I've got nothing showing that I'm camping on the outside of my bag. It's literally tiny. It's a 30-litre backpack. I've got hardly any gear with me. We're just going to be bivvying, trying to cover ourselves with leaves, tree branches, whatever we've got. And hopefully we manage to stay hidden. It is a very busy area, which is why I've gone for stealth camping. So let's try and find a spot, shall we? That's a whole boulder. That's ridiculously cool. You might be thinking, well, what's the difference between wild camping and stealth camping? So wild camping is more about the location, having a lovely view. Yes, it's not technically legal in most of the UK, apart from Scotland and a few places. The difference is, whereas wild camping, you're going for the location, the views. Stealth camping, you are just trying not to be seen. It's not really about the location or the views. You're just trying to stay out of sight in a place that you're not really meant to be camping. Wow! If anybody can tell me what kind of bird that is, I would really like to know. There's so many of them. They're gorgeous. Anyway, I was about to tell you that if you look very closely at the beautiful wall of limestone behind me, you will see fossils and also coral as well. It's such a fascinating area. I'm pretty sure they actually started the quarry in the 1850s. Don't quote me on that one. I've done a bit of research, but I'm not great with my dates. You know how the walls behind me are basically vertical? This was literally a flat seabed once, and then the continents collided and it flipped it. And now we have these vertical structures of the most gorgeous stone, surrounded by all this green as well. I think it is about time I find somewhere to set up camp. I'm thinking I'm going to go a bit further until I reach the end of the quarry, and then if not, I'm going to go back into the forest over there. I'm not going to camp near the wall, because if you can see, all of that debris there is because the wall is very unstable. There's a little bunny. There's a bunny rabbit. I'm just stood here watching a little bunny rabbit wiggling his tail. That's the cutest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if you can see him. He's right there. I just want to stand here and watch him all day. The scale of this place is just unreal. I mean, you just feel tiny in comparison to those massive walls. It's so crazy. What a beautiful area. I'm trying to find a spot. I walked all the way to the end, nothing. So I'm going back to just by that boulder that we saw earlier. I'm hoping I can sneak into the trees just behind there. Just found this little hole in the bush. Oh, this might be the spot, you know. There is a path running right through here that I didn't see. So if we can find a spot that's just off the side of the path, if you are a stealth camper or you know a bit about it, half of it is the challenge of trying not to be seen. Yeah. I think this is a good spot. We are due some rain overnight as well, and this tree should provide some pretty good coverage. We've got quite a few trees. There's not much gappage in the trees, which is good. Plenty of stuff for me to cover myself with. The first thing I'm going to do is try and clear some of this, all these dead tree branches. I'm going to try and move them just a bit out of the way. I'm also going to put my coat on because we had a heat wave recently and I am a little bit chilly. Now it's back to normal temperature. It's about 8:30 and it is about 13 degrees Celsius, which when the temperatures were around 25-30 degrees Celsius for the past week and a half, I'm cold. My body has got used to that sunshine and that hot weather very fast. What I'm not going to do is fully move everything. This is definitely a human-made pile of trees. You can kind of tell by how neat it is. So it's definitely been put here by humans, but I'm gonna do my best at not disturbing the wildlife that much. So I'm just gonna move what I need to move, nothing more. I'm gonna create a little bit of a blockade so that I'm a little bit less visible as well. Okay, this is the spot for tonight. I have cleared some of the ground a little bit, just got rid of all the big leaves, and then I've chucked them on here and I've made a little bit of a wall. We've got a wall situation going on. I think it's very stealthy. I am in a bivvy bag, so I am led very much flat on the floor. I'm thinking feet that way, head that way, and then when I'm led down, you probably won't be able to see me. So if anyone walks past, I'll be all right. I've got my regular bivvy set up with me, just extremely minimal. I don't have my slippers, I don't have anything crazy. I needed to strip my bag back as much as possible, so I've not even got my stove with me. I didn't want to have any flames, any fire visible, so I've not even got that. That is home for tonight, all set up. I'm gonna go look just really quickly. This is the last time I'm going away out of here. I'm gonna look from the path if you can actually see my setup. You can just see my bag, so that's okay because that's going inside. Literally, I can't even see it. I can just about see the logo on my bivvy bag. That's it. Let's have some dinner. Oh, let the toes be free. Let's get in the bag, shall we? See what it's like. I don't know whether I'm going downhill that way, but if I am, I'll just flip the other way. It's always hard getting in a bivvy bag. It's even worse when you've got all your leaves. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's all right, actually. It is around 9:20 right now. I think the last light is about 10 p.m. We've got loads of lights still right now. It is a little bit darker in the forest, so I've had to put my light on for a little bit, but I will be turning that off after I finish my dinner. Obviously, with stealth camping, I can't have a stove or a fire, and that is where Y-Food comes in. I've got the full taster pack at home, but I've brought with me my two favourite flavours, Happy Banana for dinner and cold brew coffee for breakfast, because it's coffee and a meal in one. When I'm on the go and on adventures like this, it's no stove, no faff. This has got 30 grams of protein in it, 26 minerals and vitamins, and it's got plenty of fibre in there too. And best of all, literally tastes like a milkshake. Oh, that is so good right now. Cheers. Literally keeps you full for hours, and considering I'm in a quarry for the next 12, it's pretty good. It's just so yummy. I don't understand how this is dinner. If you do fancy trying it, you can use my code KROMES-NEW for 20% off all taster packs and free delivery too. So tasty. I'll leave all the links in the description for you as well. I'm going to finish off my dinner and then I'm going to put my head net on because there are so many mozzies about. I'm fully covered all around, but my head, I'm going to have massive bites. I got 2 bites on my face recently on both of my bags, and then I look like a wicked witch for about a week because I had massive puffy eye bags, which was so bad. My head is already itchy. Goodbye. I know this probably looks weird to people who don't, torture themselves. This is my idea of fun, everybody. Well, hello there. It is about 10 past 10 right now, and it is completely pitch black in the forest. It's very dark in here. I was being eaten by mozzies, so I went into a hole, and I've been like this for quite a while. Just whilst the sun goes down, it gets quite crazy. I'm not having my light on for long, so we'll keep this brief, but I can hear every single sound amplified like 10 times. Every loose bit of rock that falls, I know it's there. Every bird, every rustle of the leaves, every drop. I have not been noticed as of right now. I heard quite a few people go down the main path, but I seem to have been quite stealthy in my little spot over here. I look absolutely hilarious in this. We're going to have a conversation with it down because I'm being eaten. I'm pretty sure the rain is meant to arrive overnight. I'm not sure what time. I think I remember seeing it on the forecast for like midnight all the way through, and then tomorrow afternoon it downpours. So hopefully I don't get stuck in the downpour. I don't know what that noise is. It's like a really high-pitched squeak. Good morning. It is absolutely chucking it down, and I don't know how, but I managed to sleep through it, and my hair is soaked because my head was fully out, and I've just been having a shower basically. I don't know how long it's been raining for, but it's very wet. Ugh. My pillow's soaked. I'm going to quickly get my waterproofs on without getting out of my bivvy because it is so much wetter than I thought it was going to be. We've got a swimming pool bivvy bag once again. If it's this wet in such thick tree coverage, walking through that quarry, it's going to be rather soggy. I'm going to try and pack away without getting everything extremely wet. I mean, the inside of my bivvy bag is soaked, and I will show you that in a second. But my sleeping bag seems to be relatively dry. So if we can keep it relatively dry, that'd be ideal. I need to put my shoes on. I'm hoping that they're not drenched because I did put them under my waterproof cover, but I don't know if it's very waterproof, seeing as everything seems to not be waterproof. They're actually relatively dry. I'm going to keep them that way. The hardest bit is getting your sleeping bag away because it is so wet. I'm just going to quickly have my coffee and my breakfast in one. I need to figure out the best method for getting all of my stuff away. I'm getting very, very, very wet right now. I need to get my bag out. I think that's the best next step. I slept pretty well last night, considering the fact that it was pouring it down. I don't know how I managed to sleep through the rain. I woke up and because obviously my head was out of the hole to breathe, I was absolutely soaked. All my hair is really, really wet on one side. I can sleep through anything, honestly, but that sleeping through your hair and your head being soaked, that's impressive, I think. Yeah, I went to sleep at around 11 p.m. and then I woke up at about 4:50 and it wasn't raining, and then I must have fallen back to sleep. Yeah, so it must have started raining between 4:50 and 6 because my alarm went off at 6 and woke me up and I was soaked. Oh, it's just grim. I can literally feel all the water in it. It's squelching. That's so lovely. The same goes with stealth camping as it does wild camping. Leave no trace. You literally cannot tell I've been there. Sorted. Well, I'm going to walk back into the quarry. It is soaking wet, so I don't know what the quarry is going to look like. We've only seen it in the sunshine. It's definitely a lot wetter out here this morning. There is puddles and little ponds forming. That wasn't there yesterday. Half of the path's turned into a little stream. It is quite a wet one this morning, but we did successfully stealth camp. At about 12 o'clock at night, I'm pretty sure, a bird swooped through and over, like probably about that far off my bivvy. It swooped through past the little wall that I made, down and over me, so clearly didn't know I was there. Oh. Well, that was stealth camping in an old abandoned quarry. I've never camped in a quarry before, let alone stealth camped in my bivvy bag. That was such a cool experience. I'm going to head home, dry out all my kit, and I will see you all on our next little adventure. If you do want to check out YFood, I'll leave that code on the screen for you and in the description as well. And I will see you all next time. Happy roaming! Bye!